Russell Wilson's team, his personal team, offended his NFL team. His NFL team is not happy with the Russell team or Russell right now, allegedly. Will Russell Wilson be traded? Is Russell Wilson, the man that the Seattle Seahawks went all in on and got rid of everybody else, going to force his way out of Seattle because he doesn't like the way he's being protected? His chef came out and said, hey, listen, we don't like what's going on the football field. His promotional manager, his marketing manager, his agent, his strength and conditioning coach, his body guru, everybody that is on the team, Russ. What's his number? What numbers?
3.
Team 3, I believe, is
yep.
actually what they're called. Team 3 came out and said something about the way the Seattle Seahawks have operated and treated the 3 in Team 3. That was just moments or maybe even an hour or two before Russell Wilson was scheduled to go on with Dan Patrick. Was this a plan by Team 3 to get a little bit of drama, controversy sparked so that maybe they could get Russell Wilson out of Seattle into another city that maybe they feel he'd be able to win a Super Bowl again at, be back in that conversation, back in the MVP conversation and all that? Because that seems like a little bit of a combo there. We're going to leak some shit about how pissed off we are. Then we're going to have Russell Wilson. By the way, I chugged some of this Celsius. It just, you almost heard me die right there. Yeah. You almost just heard me die. We have a new product that we are sponsoring, or that is sponsoring the show that we're marketing and promoting. And I would like to at least know if I like it so I don't have to pawn it off on somebody else in the room.
Sure.
I chugged it pretty good, but it did just get me right there. Anyways, it felt like that was a combo, though. Team 3 says, hey, listen, we're going to go ahead and put out some information. Then you go on and talk about it. You say you're not happy. Don't completely dispel it, but say you're not happy. Say that you enjoy all this stuff. And then we'll do a little bit of a 1-2. Now the Seattle Seahawks have to answer. They're allegedly not happy about this. Is Russell Wilson adding into the already flooded quarterback market that could be potential movers and groovers in this NFL offseason? That'd be awesome to see Russell Wilson on any team, basically, that is looking for a quarterback right now. That'd be Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears, Denver Broncos, allegedly the Raiders. Hey, have you heard about this Russell Wilson? He will. Yeah. Russell Wilson, by the way. Russell Wilson, this thing is getting interesting. Now, we have been told by every general manager or person that's high up in the NFL that we've ever spoken to that everything you hear right now from insiders is all potentially a chess or poker play by somebody. It could all be absolute bullshit. Like, that is the actual, what you read there could legitimately be completely fraudulent. For instance, what has happened with the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? Philadelphia Eagles were getting all these massive offers a couple weeks ago. Colts and Bears, somebody's going to get it within the next day or two. Then all of a sudden it's like, well, the Bears come out, somebody comes out from the Bears and we have not made an offer at all. And then all of a sudden the Eagles are like, well, no fair offers are being made or whatever. It's like, well, you guys are giving all these releases, so somebody has to be lying. And that somebody is the same person, it feels like, and who would be sending these messages out? Who benefits most from it? Oh, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Russell Wilson's team releases that they're not thrilled with the way the football team, Seahawks, are handling Russell Wilson's situation. Then Russell goes on Dan Patrick's show, a show that we all very much like. He has an entire conversation about it. He's not happy about this. He'd like to be a part of decisions. He's not sure if he's available or not. That's a Seahawks question. It was like a quick 1-2. And then now it's coming out from sources. By the way, all of this could be bullshit. The Seahawks management now not happy with Russell Wilson. Neither's the offensive line, if I had to guess, who he's probably going to go back in there. This is all something that has just been created on the internet and on the Dan Patrick show has kind of expedited the growth of this whole thing. But is there a real chance Russell Wilson isn't a Seahawk at the end of the day? Because if he's not there, that team stinks all of a sudden.
Yep. Yeah. It does seem like it's becoming a possibility. Now, I know he was quoted, I believe, from a GQ article. Was that, do you know when this happened?
Modern Lovers you're talking about? Him and Sierra are on the cover of GQ. They are titled The Modern Lovers, okay?
But he said in that he's quoted as saying, like, oh, he mentioned first attempt. And people are trying to say, oh, is he saying like the Seahawks were my first attempt and now I need to move on to my next attempt and try to go win a championship or whatever? So people would just try to dissect every single thing people say, but this is the first time I said yesterday, it's the first time I feel like Russell's really come out like upset about things and frustrated.
Yeah, because normally go Hawks.
Yeah.
You know, you go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
And
he's not he's not denying anything, is he? Like he hasn't come out and said like, "Oh no, I'm taken out of context" or whatever.
It felt like he was pretty prepared, right? It felt like it was a coordinated effort by Team 3 and 3 about what was going on with the Seahawks team that has 3 at the quarterback. You know what I mean? So he also came out and said, obviously, I want to be involved. At the end of the day, it's your legacy, your team's legacy. It helps to be involved more. That dialogue should happen more often, he says, when he's talking about players with the front office and roster control. So it's like, okay, that's not what his team was stating. Okay, his team was talking about how much they protect him and everything. So they take a direct shot at the offensive line. Then Russ comes in. He's like, I think I should have a little bit more say with the front. It feels like it was kind of a calculated, which is potentially why, and we don't know if it's true or not at all, by the way. We do not know if it's true. Potentially why Seahawks management isn't happy because they're getting attacked in all fronts right now by Team 3, which is also the team that they invested the most in when they let other players go because they couldn't pay. Now, salary cap manipulation, people are good at it, people are not good at it. I'm not judging that whole thing, but that team went the Russell Wilson route instead of the route of everybody else whenever they were very good. Now that's potentially going to backfire. What would they do in return? Send Deshaun Watson, just a swap? Russell Wilson go down there with Easterby? Or does he go down to Miami? Like, what do you think? How does that whole, there's no way they move. Right now, the poll, what team Russell Wilson will play for in 2021, 70% of the 120,000 votes says Seahawks, 14% says other, 10% Cowboys, 6% Raiders. At the beginning of the show, I questioned why the Raiders and Cowboys were the 2 teams that were on here. Sportsbooks have them as the highest odds. So Vegas thinks if Russell Wilson's go anywhere, it's those 2 teams. It's like, okay, so what's that mean for Dak? Is Dak going to be a free agent? If he's going to be a free agent, welcome to the Colts, Dak Prescott.
Good boy, Dak.
We got big cap space, need a quarterback. That would be. I'm intrigued to kind of see how this whole thing plays out, AJ.
Well, I would imagine you would throw the Colts in there. Hey, why not take a run at Russell Wilson if you want to bring him in? But hey, you mentioned, like, is this calculated move from Russ?
Maybe.
When you have a team that's putting out messages for you and you know, like, everything that we have seen Russ put out on social media or whatever, yeah, I would say every single thing he does is calculated, planned. Like, I don't think he does a whole lot of off-the-cuff things that are out there for people.
Huge shot. What? Love it.
I think it's genuine. I think everything he's doing is just genuine.
I'm saying it is genuine. I'm not saying it's not genuine. I'm saying he goes in. He's prepared always. He doesn't want to be caught off guard.
It kind of sounded like you said that he dripped with insincerity.
Yeah,
no,
fake.
Not at all. That's not being prepared. Does not mean you're insincere. It just means he's prepared for what's ahead and he knows what he wants to say.
Drips with insincerity.
Who would say that? If someone said that and they were serious, would you want to hang out with them?
Yes. Rob Van Dam said that. And it was Rob Van Dam. He said it. It's a video that we watch in the office maybe every 3rd week. It kind of makes it a rounds here, and it's just